was as though it was crying specifically for me.
This game exists. Shoddy control scheme. Very first title screen shows you just how much effort was put into this game. Bastardization of Samus's origin. Also baby metaphors. Inferior Metroid game references a far superior Metroid game, and I'm not okay with that. Also, if you're gonna reference Super Metroid, then get it right. Samus is not wearing her gravity suit.
Time to go.
Awful one-liners. Non-rainbow hyper beam.
I awoke to the familiar voice of a quarantine officer.
Samus's monologues. Never thought I'd say that, but I just did.
Come on, Samus. Let's go next door.
Terrible voice acting.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon.
Ready for a quick test, Samus?
Tutorial level in a Metroid game. Wall jumping turns into kick climbing. Sense move. Even though it works, it doesn't give the player full control in the direction and timing they want to dodge, meaning you'll be spending the majority of your boss fights tiptoeing, and that shit gets annoying. Concentration is worth 20 sins on its own because it's the only way to restore your missiles, making missile expansions pointless. And it's the only way to restore your health should you get to a critical level, and if you're in a boss fight where you're constantly getting attacked, it makes it fucking useless. Inability to move in first-person view. Also, discount Metroid Prime. Even Metroid isn't immune to the final blow mechanic.
How about you try using a power bomb?
Except you won't be able to use power bombs throughout the entire campaign. That's worth 10 sins on its own. Ooh, shiny glasses. This guy definitely isn't thinking anything sinister.
I don't know how much time passed since then. Days went by in their quiet way, and people's recollections of Metroids and space pirates grew nebulous over time.
Yeah, because people are going to forget about the galaxy's greatest threat after a small amount of time has passed.
Nothing more than a faded memory.
Samus inadvertently speaks about the Metroid franchise.
The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. That's what SOSs do.
I altered the course of my ship as if this detour had already been part of my flight plan.
Other M once again references far better Metroid games. Actual title screen appears 12 minutes after all this other hoopla, just in case you forgot what game you were playing. The bottle ship is a discount BSL. Metroid turns into an unplayable section of Star Fox. Metroid turns into a literal point-and-click adventure game.
Remember me?
No, I don't. Who the fuck are you?
There's only one person who calls me princess.
Referring badass galactic bounty hunter Samus Aran as a princess.
Haven't seen you since that last mission.
And what exactly was that last mission? Oh, you don't bother to explain? Okay.
Adam Malkovich, a general in the Galactic Federation Army. Not only a trusted confidant, but also my former superior officer. Yes, there was a time when I was enrolled in the Galactic Federation Army.
Yeah, but what about those Chozo who rescued you after your parents were murdered? The very same Chozo who infused you with their DNA and gave you the very power suit that you're wearing right now. Oh, we're not even going to mention those guys in this game? How embarrassing.
That information is not for an outsider.
Adam calls Samus an outsider despite the fact that they've worked together on numerous occasions in the past. And according to this game, Samus views Adam as more like a father figure, which is pretty disturbing in and of itself.
The word he so obviously chose, outsider, pierced my heart.
You see, it's this kind of melodrama that makes people think that Samus is being portrayed as a weakling in this game. I unfortunately agree with these people. Also, why do none of these Federation clowns seem to care that the great Samus Aran is in their presence? I mean, it's not like she saved the galaxy on multiple occasions from the threat of the space pirates and Metroids. Show some damn respect, you fools.
I think our only option is to use the laser to slowly burn our way through. This is gonna take a while.
The electrical system here is out, and we can't get the barrier wall to open. We tried using explosives, but it's tricky to pull off without collateral damage. What we need is some way to focus the power onto one centralized location.
Man, if only we had a conspicuous bounty hunter.
Adam hadn't authorized it, but I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
Samus cares about Adam's authorization. You know, in other far superior Metroid games, you would actually have to find your equipment. You know, it's kind of what the series is known for. Not the case in this game. The only way for you to get your power is for Adam to authorize it. Makes me sick just talking about it. This stupid bullshit will persist throughout the entire game and is worth 30 sins on its own. Pointless and useless Resident Evil 4 camera angle. Also, this room literally serves no purpose other than to show off this camera angle. Reading.
He's dead.
Thanks for the update, Captain Obvious.
Get away from me!
What a waste of ammo. Zonton Tentacle Monster finds its way into a Metroid game.
Samus, I'm authorizing missile use!
Thank you for letting me use the weapons I already have, but couldn't use due to your ineptitude.
Concentrate fire in a single location and freeze that thing! And Samus, you attack the frozen spot!
Instructions that insult my intelligence.
Samus, looks like I'm gonna need to ask for your cooperation on this mission.
Way to show your gratitude, Adam. It's not like she just saved you and your team from certain death.
But I'm also gonna have to ask that you follow my commands. You don't move unless I say so, and you don't fire until I say so.
Samus doesn't give Adam the middle finger and carry on with her business.
At the time, I felt surrounded by people who treated me like a child.
And judging by what I'm seeing so far, they're still treating you like a child. Well, at least Adam is.
My past has left me with an uneasy soul. And as a result, it touched me on some level that Adam would acknowledge that past by calling me something delicate, like lady.
Samus fishing for compliments.
And I was angry. And beyond that, I was scared.
Samus explains her emotions, but then has trouble emoting them. And as you'll see later on, when she does, she goes overboard with him.
Adam knows my past. And he knows me better than anyone else.
That's a lie.
Because I was so young when I lost both of my parents, there's no question I saw Adam as a father figure.
Game disrespects the existence of the Chozo once again. Discount Coruscant. Random montage of forgettable Federation assholes.
Regarding auxiliary weapons, the use of bombs has been authorized. As far as your other weapons go, we will continue to investigate and authorize use as we can.
Except Adam will only authorize them whenever he damn well feels like it, and not when the circumstances call for it.
We currently have no plans to authorize the use of power bombs. As you know, they have the ability to spread a high-temperature heat wave over a large area, impacting living things.
Thank you for telling me details about the power bomb that I already knew. It's not like I haven't been using them for the past 20 years. Also, that is the excuse as to why you can't use power bombs throughout the entire story. Kinda makes me wonder why the hell they bothered to include power bombs in the first place.
It was the first joint mission I'd been a part of since becoming a freelance bounty hunter.
Oh really, Samus? What the hell do you call this then?
That's where you come in. We need you to deliver the vaccine to each of the AUs in this system. We'd also like you to investigate the pirates' activity in the area. We need to know what they're up to.
It was the first time since my Federation days that I was following the orders of a commanding officer.
Hey, remember how you offered to stay for the sake of the others?
Adam hadn't authorized it. But I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
Location of items removes all sense of exploration, which is what Metroid is all about.
What's wrong? Head to Sector 1.
Developers, can you please stop this bullshit of trying to push us to the objective and let us roam around and have some fun for a bit? I would greatly appreciate that. Game only has 3 main levels that they call sectors: the Biosphere, the Cryosphere, and the Pyrosphere. 3 of the most generic levels that you could possibly create. I see that the Mass Effect elevator decides to make an appearance. No longer can you fully restore your health by killing enemies and gaining energy back, rather the only way to do so is to go to a save point. Doors can only be unlocked by using save points, which is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in game design. Doors randomly lock for no damn reason. What the hell is a Pokemon doing in a Metroid game? Oh, literal invisible wall. Firecracker weapons.
Some creatures use the powers of others to capture their prey. Watching this disgusting beast, I felt as though it was feeding off my power.
You know, I liked it better when Samus was more mysterious and didn't talk so much about useless shit. Apparently the developers don't know the concept of show, don't tell. Suddenly I'm getting Talon Overworld flashbacks. The music during boss fights. We get this as compared to this. Or this. Obvious suspicious guy is obvious.
Hey. The CPU seems to have self-destructed.
Samus doesn't speak up, despite the fact that she just saw fuckboy James meddling with the computers not 20 seconds ago.
Hey, Princess. Does this view bring back any memories?
Anthony dips into nostalgia not 10 seconds after he suggested to carry on with the mission.
The rest of us should search this building. Am I right?
Forced walking sequence.
It is Zebesian.
That is a space pirate, and space pirates were never natives of planet Zebes.
It is Zebesian. But it's been cybernetically enhanced. What is this thing?
A cybernetically enhanced Zebesian?
So I managed to recover one piece of data. This bottle ship is under management of the Galactic Federation. In these facilities, life forms from each planet have been raised and researched as possible bioweapons.
Corrupt government agency plot trope.
Site manager and development director, Dr. Madeline Bergman.
Wah wah. Get it? Madeline Bergman, MB, Mother Brain? Haha, subtlety for the win!
Adam, was the Galactic Federation experimenting with bioweapons?
Samus asks questions to which she just learned the answer to.
Who is Madeline Bergman?
Seriously, Samus, please stop.
Life, no matter what form it takes as it's born into this often cruel universe, should not be tampered with.
Philosophical mumbo-jumbo.
In bringing the infant Metroid back, I did something that I know would have gone against his convictions. And though I might have been left alone, it was a clear and blatant violation of protocol.
So, taking the infant Metroid to the research station on Ceres so that its scientists could study its energy productions was against protocol this entire time? Game tampers with Metroid canon once again.
I wondered what Adam thought of me. Out of nowhere, I suddenly found myself concerned with his opinion again.
Ladies and gentlemen, badass galactic bounty hunter Samus Aran. Self-esteem at an all-time low.
Shouldn't be a problem to hack into this thing. I mean, it might tell us what exactly was going on here. Looks like this might take some time though.
Hacking is easy, but it's gonna take some time though. I'm not raising any red flags at all. Getting stuck in this mode for another 5 minutes. Matrix Reloaded! Hey, look, it's totally not who I think it is. This entire segment deserves a sin. If you played the game, you know why.
It was clear that the Galactic Federation was developing bioweapons on the bottle ship.
Just in case you forgot about that cutscene from 4 minutes ago. Discount Norfair. QuickTime events.
Looks like the normal beam won't have any impact on the enemies around here. Samus, use your ice beam.
Adam authorizes the ice beam after Samus has gone through a good portion of the pyrosphere. This is the closest thing to teabagging as you're going to get in this game. Metroid turns into Gex the Gecko.
Samus, activate the Varia feature on your suit to protect yourself from heat damage.
Adam authorizes the Varia suit long after Samus has been in the pyrosphere. Also, Varia feature? The fuck?
Okay, Samus, head to Sector 2. There's a high probability of survivors hiding there.
Based on what information?
The creature's corpse showed signs of what looked like Metroid predation, making my mind race. Metroids? Here? Impossible.
Creatures thought to have been extinct turn out to not be extinct trope. Jesus, could you move any slower? Okay, I'm really nitpicking here, but it takes too long to speed boost. Apparently, Samus has spider sense. Also, discount Fendrana drifts.
Listen to me. We're here to rescue you.
Samus completely ignores the fact that this lady just said the Federation troops were willing to betray each other.
How can I trust you when your troops are willing to kill each other?
Literally the worst boss fight in Metroid history. An industrial machine? Seriously? This deleter possesses teleportation skills. How is he able to escape unseen? Are we seriously having flashbacks of something that happened literally 3 minutes ago?
There was a traitor among us.
No shit, Samus. You just fought him.
With those creatures, crafted into killers, running free, the bottle ship had been turned into a nightmare replica of Zebes.
You mean Zebes wasn't already a nightmare? Ooh, the plot thickens. Not. Metroid turns into SSX. Suddenly, I'm getting Metal Gear Solid flashbacks. Definitely wish I was playing that game instead. This Rodosian asshole tries to act as your nemesis throughout this game, only he gets progressively worse with each encounter. Not because he's a particularly difficult boss, but because you fight him not once, not twice, not thrice, not 4 times, not 5 times, 6 separate motherfucking times. Overkill, anyone?
Samus, use of the grapple beam is authorized.
Adam waits till Anthony is about to be dropped over a pit of lava for him to authorize Samus's grapple beam.
So you get called out here too?
Called?
Commander gave us a new directive to move as a unit.
Wait, we've all been moving separately this entire time? Splitting from the group plot cliché.
We were heading to the geothermal power plant to open the magma eruption port. Gotta restore the power in this place so I can see that pretty face of yours.
Really? Horribly misplaced flashback.
Adam, please, let me go. You have to trust me. Just give me a chance.
More Samus melodrama.
Man. Did something like that happen now?
Foreshadow irony.
I knew the question Anthony was suppressing, and I knew the answer. If something like that happened again, I would hold fast to that glimmer of hope and try for redemption. That's who I am.
No, you are Samus Aran, galactic bounty hunter who destroys Cthulhu-level aliens and saves the galaxy. That's who you are, and nobody will ever take that away from you. Suddenly, I'm getting Resident Evil 5 flashbacks. Obvious weak spots.
Samus, it looks like that monster is headed to the geothermal electric power generator. Track it and put an end to it.
Did I mention that 3/4 of this game is trying to find that beast and kill it? Yeah, kind of annoying. This area literally serves no purpose, other than to fight these two lava bastards.
Samus, get out the way!
Person aiming at something else when you think they're aiming at you cliché.
Use your super missiles.
Halfway through the game and only now can we use the super missiles. Having to fight Ridley for the 6th damn time. I mean, damn, I know he's a mainstay in Metroid, but if I'm gonna fight any old school boss, can I get somebody else? Kraid? Crocomire? Literally anybody but Ridley? Samus all of a sudden is afraid of Ridley despite defeating him with ease on multiple occasions in the past. Look, I don't care what anyone's excuse is. We are chronologically near the end of the Metroid timeline. If Samus had any anxiety while facing Ridley before, there is no way in hell she hasn't gotten over it by now. Also, yeah, that little gremlin from the beginning of the game turns out to be Ridley this entire time. I know, it's as stupid as it sounds.
Let her go!
Samus turns into a damsel in distress. All of Anthony's lines here.
Hey, Pop! Don't you know how to treat a lady? You got no style! I think I gotta teach you a lesson about subtlety! Come on!
From the deleter's point of view, Adam would represent the largest threat.
Actually, you would be the biggest threat, since you're Samus Aran, the most feared and respected bounty hunter in the galaxy. What the fuck is Adam compared to you? Exactly. Nothing.
Any objections, Adam?
Wait, so Samus can all of a sudden authorize her own weapons now? Then what the hell is the point of Adam? Terrible game design!
Behind closed doors, the Galactic Federation was trying to create a special forces unit composed of bioweapons. In order to make it happen, they were attempting to create an organization modeled after the space pirates.
Literally one of the worst ideas someone could think of.
At the same time, her argument had some holes.
Holes indeed. They're called plot holes.
Say that the Zebesians, under Ridley's influence, became super aggressive. Would that really lead to the resurrection of the space pirates?
Yeah, since Ridley is one of the original space pirates.
Without a malicious force to lead them down that path, wouldn't they continue to merely follow their instincts?
Ridley isn't capable of being that malicious force, even though he's literally known as the cunning god of death.
What? That's not possible.
Surprising plot twist surprises absolutely nobody.
Metroid remnants were attached to your suit when you returned from Zebes. They were reproduced from a piece of cell structure salvaged by the Federation, and they are in this facility.
So this is somewhat of a repeat of what happened in Metroid Fusion. Got it.
And Ridley in the same way.
That just sounds like a lame excuse to get Ridley in this game, which it is.
But in order to control Metroids, you need Mother Brain's telepathy.
Wait, Mother Brain has telepathy? Since when?
We developed an AI program that would reproduce Mother Brain's thought processes.
So you basically recreated the same AI that betrayed the Chozo and allied with the space pirates so that it could perform galactic genocide. Fucking brilliant.
And be evolved as it communicated with the Metroids. It appears as though it began to become self-aware.
Spoilers, this bitch is MB in android form. Yeah, I know. Sounds as ridiculous as it is.
It wasn't that her story had holes in it. Through the holes were glimpses of the danger that was right before her eyes.
Once again, those holes are just plot holes.
Where are the Metroids and MB?
They're in an area called Sector 0.
Wah, wah. More poorly implemented fan service.
The Metroid would be mass-produced.
I believe the word you're looking for is cloned, not mass-produced. You don't mass-produce organic beings.
If the situation were left alone, galactic society would be put in peril. Even the ringleaders of the operation wanted to avoid that, but they still wanted the Metroids. They decided to capture the Metroids contained in Sector 0 and delete the rest of the facility, including the space pirates, Ridley, and everyone who knew the secret.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are really wasting time doing a conspiracy theory in a Metroid game. Wait, are we really having a flashback to a scene we could have already watched before we got into the damn elevator? Seeker missiles make their return in this game. There's only one problem, though. They're only used to open doors. What a failure of game design. Also, the Seeker missiles and the diffusion beam you found earlier are the only two power-ups that you actually find in this game. Man, I sure wish I was playing Gravity Rush now. Reusing a boss from Metroid Fusion. Fake suspense. Suddenly, I wish I was playing Metroid 2. What the fuck was that? Like, seriously, what the hell was that? Saving the hero in the nick of time cliche.
So why did you shoot me?
You can't destroy these Metroids.
That is not a valid answer to her question, Adam. Also, that bullshit from several seconds ago was from Samus getting shot, and that one shot damaged her entire Varius suit? Samus in high heels.
There's a strong likelihood that the Metroid's mortal weakness, the vulnerability to cold, has been overcome through genetic manipulation.
Which is total bullshit, because in Metroid Fusion, Samus inherits the Metroid's vulnerability to cold to fight off the X-Parasite, and that game takes place after this one.
But that baby earlier, the infant Metroid, you were able to freeze it.
True. My guess is that it was because it was still in a larval stage. But who can say?
Adam contradicts himself.
Developing bioweapons with an obvious and fatal flaw would be suicide. It's hard to imagine the military mass-producing defective weapons. Then again, none of this makes sense.
See, even the characters within the game acknowledge the story's flaws. That's how you can tell how badly you fucked up. I just remembered something. How the hell did Adam get here in the first place? Samus had to go through rooms of artificial gravity to get here, and I highly doubt that Adam has the arsenal to deal with such a thing. So even if he has the power of teleportation, I'm still gonna count this as a sin.
Sector 0 has a self-destruct protocol. If the sector receives a significant amount of damage, the unit is programmed to detach and self-destruct.
You would think that a universe where cloning technology and artificial intelligence has been perfected that you would have a better design method for a self-destruct system, but you would be wrong.
Please, Adam. You have to trust me. You have to trust me. Just give me a chance.
I'm sorry for getting a little rough with you.
Well, that didn't sound weird at all. Sam is crying. Also, Adam's sacrifice is pointless. Now would have been the perfect time for him to authorize Samus to use a few power bombs, drop them in Sector 0 as it detaches, and then leave without any further casualties. I mean, if anybody can get the job done, it is Samus. But he never does because reasons. Damn. Didn't even bother to give her a proper gravity suit. How embarrassing. Oh, you again. What's that? You wanted to finish off Ridley once and for all? Well, too bad.
Wait. Metroid eggs.
Great. Metroids are still on the ship, proving once again that Adam's sacrifice was pointless. Retro pandering. Oh, so we can use power bombs, when the game never says we can.
MB was the artificial intelligence originally developed to regenerate and control space pirate special forces.
So, essentially Skynet?
Because we wanted it to control these special forces through telepathy, we were forced to model its infrastructure after Mother Brain.
We have already established that Mother Brain never had telepathy, so I'm calling bullshit once again.
Because we needed the first Metroid hatchling to recognize MB as its mother, she had to take on the form of a living thing. With that as our theoretical basis, we were able to create the ideal relationship with the Metroid.
This is one of the dumbest plans I have ever heard. Essentially, any living organism that is present during a Metroid's birth can form the ideal relationship in order to control them. Meaning, anybody could do it.
When it attacked Mother Brain in order to save me, that was the result of the kind of ideal relationship they were trying to develop with MB. They found the perfect means of control.
Actually, that's just the result of a confused Metroid thinking that you were its mother this entire time. Not a perfect beings at all.
At the same time, they were conducting genetic manipulation experiments to create unfreezable Metroids.
Which is essentially the same mistake that the Chozo made. History repeating itself.
As an interface between us and them, her skills with personal interaction humanized her to a great extent. But then she developed emotions.
An AI developing human emotions. What could possibly go wrong here?
The newly hatched infant took to her like his mother. And perhaps at that moment, MB began to develop a soul. To make MB less than human, the researchers had to deny her that consciousness. I knew this. But in my heart, I felt sympathy for MB.
Samus has sympathy for a destructive AI. It's like having sympathy for the original Mother Brain.
What's happening?
My presence that day caused a disturbing reaction in her. She was fixated on me.
Romanticizing abuse.
Madeline had taken to calling MB Melissa. She took the initials MB and told the AI they stood for Melissa Bergman.
It looks great on you.
MB liked that name. It made it sound like Madeline was calling her her daughter.
What the fuck am I watching right now? Metroid turns into a kung fu movie.
MB!
MB possesses the power of teleportation. Also, why is MB carrying a weapon when they just showed her seemingly possessing supernatural abilities? Why do I bother trying to understand this game's logic? Federation Ex Machina. Wait, are these generic Marines seriously trying to threaten Samus Aran? That's funny. Throwing your gun away to someone who could use it against you. See what I mean? Why the hell was she possessing a gun in the first place? Oh, dramatic purposes, you say? Well, here's my middle finger to you. Ladies and gentlemen, your final boss fight. Point your beam at MB to initiate a cutscene. Drama overload. Introducing a new character at the end of the game.
Unfortunate what happened to Commander Malkovich. And to think that his entire unit was annihilated. Truly a tragic day. Would you agree, Aaron?
Honestly, this guy comes off as so sinister that I'm surprised they didn't make him the final boss of the game. It would have been a bigger challenge than the one we got.
Sadly, with them gone, you're just an outsider.
Oh no, you used the O word. You're gonna hurt Samus's feelings again.
With your predilection for transporting illegal cargo like infant Metroids.
Like I said before, retconning Metroid canon.
Time for the lady to go home. Someone escort her.
Thinking you can escort the most heavily armed bounty hunter in the galaxy. You want to know the worst thing about this game? Samus literally accomplishes nothing. Destroying the Metroids in Sector 0? Adam did that. Killing Ridley once and for all. The Queen Metroid did that. Preventing the bottle ship from flying into Federation space. Anthony did that. Killing MB. The Federation did that. Securing Madeline Bergman's safety. Anthony did that too. So basically, Samus did jack shit in this game, and that itself is worth 100 sins.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Anthony Higgs, sir. Galactic Federation Platoon 7.
Character thought to have been dead turns out to be a live cliche.
Melissa wasn't insane.
Yeah, she was. What's that? You thought this game was over? Shoehorning in Fantoon? More retro pandering. Having to be stuck in this camera angle for one last time. Samus changes back into her Zero suit because reasons. Helmet hugging. Shoehorning in a self-destruct segment.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, Adam. Let's go home.
Samus has officially gone insane. And what do you know? The bottle ship ends up being destroyed anyway. Once again, finally proving that Adam's sacrifice was completely pointless.
baby. Why, the baby and the baby. The power the baby gave me. None of the baby encounter the baby. Codename Baby's Cry. Urgency of a baby crying. Baby's cry. The baby was the last of its kind. The baby. A baby. But that baby earlier. I remembered the baby